I liked it. I don't even know what to say. I liked it, but it was also a lot, maybe even too much. Hey everyone, welcome back to FTM Files, and today we might be starting a new series. Let me get comfortable, because today is the day we're talking about Doctor Strange. I don't even know the full title. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, isn't it? Yeah. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So we're doing a review, spoiler and spoiler-free review and reaction. Okay, this movie was a lot. Okay, I'm gonna do spoiler-free and then I'll let you know when there's gonna be spoilers in the next part, but so far it was spoiler-free. So this movie was a lot. This movie was a lot. Over 2 hours long, $200 million budget. It's been 3 days the movie has been out and it's already surpassed its budget. Actually, within the first 2 days, it got nearly $230 million in revenue in the cinemas. So the hype for this movie was huge. A bit of context, if you're gonna watch the movie and you want context, you probably want to watch WandaVision. Probably watch all the Doctor Stranges just to understand the dynamics and all the characters, and then you can watch Spider-Man as well. Spider-Man, what's the latest one? Spider-Man, the one that I didn't really like. Who said that? Spider-Man No Way Home? Yeah. I think it's that one. And then as well, I said WandaVision, watch What If as well if you want context around the multiverse, and then as well Loki if you want context around the multiverse. So everything's connected as usual with Marvel. It's all connected. This is phase 4, so it's including the TV shows in it as well. And this movie, it has a 76% or something on Rotten Tomatoes. I liked it. I don't even know what to say. I liked it, but it was also a lot, maybe even too much. Marvel, you're doing a lot now. You're doing a lot. It was on par for me as a Marvel fan. I'm a hardcore Marvel fan. So Doctor Strange, this is just becoming a whole Marvel, but Doctor Strange, tying it back to this movie, I think it was on par for that level of Marvel. To me, the Spider-Man movies aren't really on par with that. The Spider-Man movies are more of it's a good movie. To me, it's not really a good Marvel movie because the predictability, I think, was a lot higher than it is in the other movies. But Doctor Strange, with the multiverse, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I think we're reaching about the spoiler. Yeah, so watch those movies and TV shows if you want context. I'm trying to think, what else can I say without revealing spoilers? It was just a lot. Just prepare yourself. If you haven't seen it, prepare yourself, yeah? You don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, this is the point. This is the point where if you have not seen the movie and you don't want it to be spoiled, do not watch past this point. Okay, now I have some questions. Marvel, is this a horror movie? Is this The Walking Dead? Is this The Exorcist? I am confused. We were sitting in the theater and I was laughing, man. I was like, why is it a horror movie? Why are there demons? Why are there possession? Why are they possessing other people? Why is this guy going to dead body and possessing people? My goodness, I was shocked. And why is this girl walking around like doing these things to bodies? The Exorcist. My goodness. Jesus, please. This is fiction. Hopefully this is fiction, because Lord, what was happening in that movie was not... There was some demonic things happening in that movie. There were demons. There were actual demons. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much not my frustration, but the biggest thing that I have to say about this movie, because it was just doing too much. It was doing too much. I think partly it was all over the place. It was so dense, and there were so many, and like, it's Marvel, so they're not going to explain anything. They'll just include some random thing and then won't discuss it at all, won't explain it at all, move on. And that's the point. And that's part of what I like, because they'll explain it in other movies and you need the whole broader context to understand what's going on, which is fair and which is good. But, you know, some things just need, they'll be explained eventually, but it leaves you a little bit lost in the theater when you're watching it. Next off to say, the way they introduced, oh my goodness, I got chills. The way they introduced Fantastic Four and my man, Professor Xavier. Professor Charles Xavier. Oh my goodness, I got chills in the theater. When my man walked out, I was like, I heard them say Professor and I was like, yep. I was so excited. Oh my goodness. As someone who also loves X-Men, hopefully Fantastic Four can be redeemed a little bit. I'm the type of person that I can appreciate any movie, but sometimes, yeah, I can appreciate any movie and I can like certain things about a movie. And it's, to me, if I watch a movie and it's bad, it's still not wasted time because I can still enjoy it. But man, Professor Xavier. And now literally, this movie has literally set the pathway and the stone that literally anything can happen with Marvel now and the next phases of Marvel, because of because of the multiverse. Literally anything can happen. And I think it was a nice way to bring in the multiverse and to kind of like explain it a little bit the way they did it. And as well, I'm really interested to see where Marvel takes this, because the multiverse, there's literally endless possibilities, and that means they can literally have the MCU franchise forever because there's endless amount of stories they can tell. But I'm interested to see how they do it without it being redundant, you know, because we don't want to see, you know, variations of the same characters, the same stories, whatever. And I think some of that is already in their TV shows, like What If and like Peggy Carter and some of those things. We already know a lot of these characters and a lot of their stories. So seeing like just revisions of the same characters and their stories is not going to be Marvel level, you know. I'm excited to where they take this whole multiverse thing to the next level, because it's not something that you can just leave to the side. That's literally where the next phase is probably going to go. So that's what I think. And as well, Marvel's unpredictable, so I'm open to be wrong. I know that whatever Marvel does, they're probably going to do an amazing job at it, but I'm excited to see where that goes. And another part of the movie, this is probably the last thing that I'm going to say, that was really interesting to me was like the ethics of it. So it's like the multiverse, yeah. Obviously you've seen the movie at this point. If you haven't, I already gave you the spoiler warning, so I'm going to talk about the plot. Obviously, a great villain, by the way. I didn't say that in the beginning. A great villain, great plot. I think, what's the name? WandaVision. Wanda was the villain, which was really interesting, and a great villain backstory. But what was really interesting to me was the ethics of the whole thing. So like, she obviously wanted to be with her children, and then Doctor Strange raised the question of like, oh, so what are you going to do to their mother so that you can have their children? And those aren't your children because your children are not real. And she's like, they are real because they're real in some other universe. And then he's like, so what are you going to do with that mother even if you go and raise those children? So then as well, that goes to say like the value of life, of like she was willing, and throughout the movie there's like the value of life of like right at the beginning, the other Doctor Strange is willing to sacrifice this kid's life for the whole multiverse, which is interesting, which is like, it makes sense logically, but at the same time, like, what is the value of life? And that is like sacrificing one for the many. And if you don't, I haven't said this on the channel, I think, but there's this dilemma that's really interesting me of like the train tracks, and it's like one person versus 5 people, one young person versus 5 old people, and like all the different variations that you can do with that whole dilemma, and whether you switch the track. I might do a video about that and ethical dilemmas, because those are really interesting to me. And I think on a deeper level, I would have loved to see that projection in the screen, or like of like the Illuminati Council or something debating that. I don't know if that would appeal to a lot of people, but I think it would be really interesting to actually see that. Yeah, the Illuminati as well, Marvel. Like, like, I get that it's the multiverse and anything can happen, but you're just doing a lot now. You're doing a lot. But it's cool. It's cool. It is what it is. Yeah, so the ethical ramifications, and then even saying like within the multiverse, is one life or one variation of another person worth more? Or even if like one of them is evil, is one worth more than the other? Like, a lot of questions. I'm probably gonna do a Moon Knight episode for this Marvel series, but yeah, I'm trying to keep these videos short, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Let me know what you thought of the movie, because obviously you went to see it. If you didn't go to see it, I washed my hands with you. Unsubscribe to this. No, I'm kidding. I need all the subscribers I can get. Go watch the movie if you haven't. I mean, if you're at this point, you probably have. But tell me what you thought of the movie. Tell me if you want to see more reactions, theories, discussing Marvel, all of that, because I love it. Hopefully you would love it too. I'm a hardcore Marvel fan. I know there's a lot of us out there. I like to think I'm more hardcore than other people, but maybe that's just like psychology, because there's a thing where most people think they're better than the average person. So like, but I think, anyway, I love Marvel. Hopefully you do too. Hopefully you like this video. Have a great week. That's all I got to say. Bye.